Welcome back, students. So record the first entry as realization account debit to fixed assets 24 lakhs. Do remember, transfer the assets to realization account at its book value. Cash at bank 1 lakh, current assets 24 lakh. And don't transfer profit and loss account. That means don't transfer fictitious assets to realization account. You have to remember this. So total becomes 46 lakhs being assets transferred to realization account. Now, next, what is the second entry? Here, for transferring the liabilities taken over by the purchasing company, each liability account debit to realization account. So, in our books, what are the liabilities we have? In our problem, we have only one liability, that is current liability. So, record the entry. Current liabilities account debit to realization account. How much current liability? 10 lakhs. So 10 lakhs and 10 lakhs being liabilities transferred to realization account. So what is the third entry? Third entry, for purchase consideration due. So here you have to calculate purchase consideration, but in this problem you need not to calculate the purchase consideration. Why? Because they have given directly 34 lakhs rupees is the purchase consideration. So entry, transferee company account debit to realization account. So same entry will record here. Here who is transferee company? Shine Limited. So record Shine Limited account to debit to realization account. How much? 34 lakhs. 34 lakhs being purchase consideration due. So this is due entry, students. Next we will record receipt entry. Fourth entry. See, as it is, whatever the order of entries we have in the textbook, we will follow the same order. For receiving purchase consideration, as I already discussed in the first video of amalgamation, purchase consideration may be received in the form of cash, bank or equity shares, preference shares or debentures. In this problem, if you observe, the purchase consideration is we are receiving discharge of purchase price is done through issue of 3 lakhs equity shares. How many shares they are issuing? 3 lakhs equity shares of rupees 10. Actual face value of share is 10, but for how much? At an agreed price of 11. They are agreeing the each share value is 11. Multiply 3 lakhs with 11. How much you are getting? 33 lakhs. So 33 lakhs worth of equity shares you are receiving. Balance in cash. Out of 34 lakhs, if you receive 33 lakhs worth of equity shares, what is the remaining amount you have? 1 lakh. So entry, cash account to debit 1 lakh, equity shares in Shine Limited account to debit 33 lakhs to Shine Limited account 34 lakhs being purchase consideration received. Okay, students. Next entry. What is the next entry? Here. Fifth entry, for the sale of assets not taken over by transferee company. What is the meaning of this? Whatever the assets not taken over by the transferee company, if you have any asset, you have to sell them. But here we have only 3 assets. Those 3 assets are taken by the Shine Limited. So we don't have this entry. Sixth one. Fifth one. Sixth one, for realization expenses. In this problem, we don't have any realization expenses. So leave it 6th entry. 7th entry, for payment of liabilities not taken over by the transferee company. Here we have only one liability and that liability also taken over by the transferee company, that is Shine Limited. So no 7th entry. 8th entry, for the transfer of preference shares to preference share holders account. Here if you have any preference share capital, then that capital you have to transfer to preference share holders. But we don't have any preference share capital here. So no 8th entry. 9th entry, for transfer of equity share capital and accumulated profits to equity share holders. Because we are closing the books of accounts, so we have to transfer the capital to shareholders. Here we have equity share capital 40 lakhs. Then what is the entry here? Equity share capital account debit to equity shareholders account. Here same. Equity share capital account debit 40 lakhs. What's the capital here? 40 lakhs. To equity shareholders account 40 lakhs. Being share capital transfer to shareholders account. Next, if you observe the note point, the past accumulated losses and fictitious assets should be transferred to equity shareholders account by debiting equity shareholders account and crediting the concerned account. Past accumulated losses. If you observe in the problem, we have profit and loss account on asset side. Profit and loss account on asset side means it is a past accumulated loss. Now this past accumulated losses we have to transfer to equity shareholders account. Here what they are saying, by debiting equity shareholders account and crediting the concerned account. Here entry, equity shareholders account debit 4 lakhs. 4 lakhs is the loss to profit and loss account 4 lakhs. Is it clear, students? Now next entry, you people look at in your textbooks B7. Yes, B7. What's the next entry? For transfer of realization profit to equity shareholders account. See, after that, if you observe, transfer of realization profit, we have transferred the assets and liabilities purchase consideration to realization account. Now we have to balance the realization account. If you balance the realization account, you will get either profit or loss. Now here I balance, just look at total debit 46 lakhs, total credit, don't calculate this at present. Now, without recording this, the total credit is 44 lakhs. If debit exceeds credit, then it is loss. If debit is less than credit, then it is profit. Here debit is more, 46 is more than 44, then it is loss. So this loss you have to share to equity shareholders account. What is the entry? If it is profit, realization account debit to equity shareholders account. In case of loss, the entry is reversed. So here what is the entry? Equity shareholders account debit. Equity shareholders account debit to realization account, being loss on realization transfer to equity shareholders account. So here we transfer loss 2 lakhs. Loss we have 2 lakhs. Next entry, for payment to preference shareholders. Here we don't have preference shareholders, so don't write the entry. For payment to equity shareholders. So to make payment to equity shareholders, first we have to calculate the amount due to equity shareholders. For that we have to see the journal. Now what we will do is we try to understand, we try to look this. This is basic information. Now this is the first entry. How we post the first entry? Here realization account is debited. Go to realization account, debit side, post them, fixed assets, cash at bank, current assets. Now come to second entry. The second entry realization account is credited. Come to realization account, credit side, post by current liabilities. Third entry, third entry. Shine Limited account is debit. Here also realization account is credited. So go to realization account credit side, write on by Shine Limited account 34 lakhs. So difference. Next, fourth entry. Here Shine Limited account is credited. We are maintaining Shine Limited account. So in the Shine Limited account credit side, cash and equity side. Debit side to realization. Next entry. Equity share capital to equity shareholders. So we are maintaining equity shareholders account. So in the equity shareholders account, credit side, by equity share capital account 40 lakhs. So if you observe, realization account is closed. Equity shareholders to here. Equity shareholders to profit and loss. So equity shareholders account is debited. Go to debit side of equity shareholders account, record profit and loss account. Next, here equity shareholders account also